tuning in with Sivananda Yoga Center, Yoga for Health, Happiness and Liberation. And AnandiMa is going to read something.
Okay. Which way do I look? Okay. This one? Okay. I found something. Usually I read out of Master Shivananda's book, but in my travels of my yoga books and things, I found something that I thought was, very appropriate for these times, and the author is unknown, but the words just were pretty, and they made me feel good, so I think they might make you feel good too. It says, "We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end war, for we know that you have made the world in a way that made man find his own path to peace with himself and with his neighbor. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end starvation, for you have already given us resources with which to feed the entire world, if we would only use them wisely. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to root out prejudice, for you have already given us eyes with which to see the good in all men, if we would only use them rightly. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end despair, for you have already given us the power to clear away the slums and to give us hope, if we would only use our power justly. If we cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end disease, for you have already given us great minds with which to search out cures and healing, if we could only use them constructively. Therefore, we pray to you instead, O God, for strength, determination, and willpower, to do instead of just pray, to become instead of merely to wish." I think that's really pretty. It really, just makes me feel good. And now I want to introduce to you my guru and my friend, Bharat Gajjar.
Thank you, AnandiMa. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful message for us to remember that God is good, God gives us so many wonderful things, and we have to straighten out things. That's a beautiful message. Now today's message, I want to give you the 10 commandments of Hindu religion. Okay? So this is what we're going to talk about. But first, briefly, I will want to mention, what is yoga? So if God is here, you are here. A process will take you close to God is called yoga. And the mother tongue of English is Sanskrit. And so in Sanskrit it's called yoga, and in English it is yoga. Yoga means union. So yoga means union. Anything which takes you closer to God. But the Hindu philosophy says, are you away from God? No, you are not. You are right in the center of God. God is everywhere. But you feel like you are away from God. So why? Because of Maya, the illusion. It makes you feel like you are away from God. So what is the solution? How you can be enlightened? So there are many different ways for enlightenment. And in Vedanta, we make a pyramid, triangle. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps to liberation. The lowest one is Kriya. It is cleansing. Hatha Yoga, exercise and discipline. Then Karma Yoga, service. Next is Jnana Yoga, knowledge. Then Raja Yoga, meditation. And then mantra yoga, loving God and remembering God. And then bhakti yoga is a prayer. So this is the route to samadhi, or reach Om consciousness, or reach God. So in the middle way is Kundalini yoga, very advanced yoga. So we won't talk about that. But Patanjali, Maharishi Patanjali wrote a Yoga Sutra, that is the Bhagavad Gita or Bible of yoga. The name of the book is Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And he has 8 steps to union with God, 8 steps to samadhi, the highest experience of meditation. These 8 steps, the first 2 steps are the 10 commandments of yoga, and that is called yama, niyama. So let me read all 8 steps. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. These are the 8 steps. It is called Ashtanga Yoga. So Ashtanga Yoga, this is the process. But Maharishi Patanjali says, before you start yoga, shape up, discipline yourself, be good, do good things. And today we are going to talk about yama and niyama. Okay? So these are the 10 commandments of yoga. So yama is called first step. Yama, Y-A-M-A, is called self-discipline. That is you and outer world. You have to straighten out your affairs with the world. You cannot do wrong things and do yoga or hatha yoga. Like if somebody is stealing or killing, whatever, negativity, it's not the way you can go into yoga. To go into yoga, discipline, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel peace. But before you start asana, the first 2 things is yama and then niyama. So yama has 5 steps. So let's go into these 5 steps. First step is ahimsa. The most important first step, ahimsa. Non-violence is the most important thing, first step. The 10 commandments of yoga. And it says Lord Krishna and Lord Rama were symbols of non-violence. They used their strength against the people who were unjust and who were evil thinkers, wrong ideas, do wrong things. They fought with them only. Otherwise, non-violence is their basic teaching. Second is called satya, seek the truth. That's the most important, second most important 10 commandments of yoga. Truth. Truth is the most important in life. Truth is God and God is truth. Non-truth leads you to destruction. Non-truths will lead you to destruction. So always speak the truth. I like the English word intellectual honesty. Even you say, whatever you say properly and honestly. Even you are talking honestly. It's very important. If a person lies to you, then you lose faith in them. You never know when that person will lie again. Second time, you can forgive. The third time is bad habit. Okay? Anytime if somebody repeats the same thing 3 times, it is a bad habit. Third one, Astaya, non-stealing. That is the third one, which is everywhere. Everybody knows. Stealing never pays. Stealing is a crime. It is a type of violence. Stealing is a type of violence. Next thing is, number 4 is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means non-passion. It is a sex-free and lust-free life. That means non-possession life. It means no sex outside marriage. That is the 4th thing in the yama. Number 5, a spring graha. That is withdrawal of desire and greed. See, most of the problem is greed. We want more and more and more. So Mahatma Gandhi says, God has given everyone for their needs, but God has not given enough for your greeds. So if you are greedy, he says God cannot do anything. But everybody's needs are fulfilled by the Lord. It means living good, dynamic and just, creative and dynamic living. Good, dharmic living is a very important thing. So that is yama. 5 yama. Now we will go into niyama. Niyama means observance. That you and your body, you have to discipline yourself is called niyama. Okay? So now we are going to talk about 5 niyamas. First, Sarchva, the purity is the first thing. Purity of body, mind and speech leads you to good life. Impurity leads to stress, hygiene conditions, and leads you to physical and mental diseases. So this is important thing is purity. Next one, santosha. Santosha means contentment. You are fulfilled. You are whatever God gives you. Well, you work hard, and God gives you so much, and you are contented. You try, but you're not unhappy. You should be thankful for what God has given you. That is contentment. Remain contented and maintain balance between need and desires. See, everybody's we have certain needs. Good food, house, other things. But desire, you like to have bigger house, bigger car, big vacation, not a small vacation, big, that desire. So make sure that you have a balance between your needs and desires. Okay. Third, number 3 in niyama is tapa. Tapa means austerities. And this is what I wrote down. Austerities are needed in achieving our goals. We have to practice. No good job is accomplished without hard, disciplined work and sacrifice. So it's very, very important that we do work hard and get the job done. So next niyama, number 4, swadhyaya. Now this is very beautiful, swadhyaya. You must study. So let me put down here For God and self-realization, self-study is essential. Do prayer, do meditation, study the scriptures, seek knowledge and Sadguru. Seek a good teacher. It's very, very important. And once you seek, then follow his or her teaching. So that is very essential. Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya means self-study. Make sure that every day you have some time to read a good book. Or if you have good thoughts, write it down. Swami Sivananda always recommended us to have a diary where you put down your thoughts. It's a very important thing. So Svadhyaya. You must have some time per day for yourself, for your thoughts. Thoughts come. You want to analyze your thoughts. And you must do that. Now if you are married, you should spend some time with your husband or wife without too much talking, experiencing the presence. Just go for a walk, holding hands, and not saying too much. Don't need to. The heart speaks. So you do not have to constantly talk. Just talk in that silence. It's very important to talk in your silence. And once you know the heart of your spouse, then you have to learn to talk in silence. And the presence. So it's a very beautiful thing. Next, number 5, the last one, the 10th commandment. Ishvara parinidhan. Ishvarya parinidhan. That means remember God. Remember to thank God for all God has given you so much without asking anything. So surrender to God. So these are the 3 basic important things in life. What is 1? Remember God. What is 2? Second one is thankful to God for all these different things given you without your asking. And the third thing is to surrender the will of God. So this is very important thing. So to come out of this Maya, one must remember God and thankful for all this. Otherwise you say, oh, I deserve all these wonderful things. Oh, I deserve this nice wife and good house or good husband and nice car and all this good country and everything. I deserve all these things. Do you? It can be taken away in 1 second. So, remember. Remember God. And that is the hardest thing in this world. It is hardest thing in the world is to remember God. You might remember all these different things, different people. But to remember God is the hardest thing in the world. Because, well, I'm fine. I'm doing good. Only time you remember when you are miserable. But if you have not remembered in a good time, how are you going to remember in a bad time? So, I always take some time a day to remember God. Now, you have to develop this relationship with God. It doesn't happen just like that. You have to constantly connect with God. Now once you do that, it will grow and happiness will come to you. You do not have to run after happiness. But nobody, likes to do that. They say, oh yeah, you should remember God. Oh yeah, I believe that. But how much time did you spend today? 1 minute? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? If you did 10 minutes, you did go real good. Because most of the people cannot do anything. They're too busy. As soon as you get up, oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. Oh, let's go do this. Everything has to be done. So, you have no time. So, Maharishi Patanjali says, can you go to asana, yoga, without doing a yama and niyama? 10 commandments of yoga. Can you do that? No, you cannot do that. It's harder. Well, you can start asana, but at the same time straighten out your life. 2 things. Yama, your connection with your family, society, that relationship has to be in a proper order. That's called dharma, proper order. You do right thing. You try your best. And you will say, okay, I do the right thing, I try my best. You might not succeed 100%, it's okay. You try your best. That is the key. Then niyama, that is your own discipline. That you must take some time off for yourself. Now one guy says, isn't it selfish? I said, no. If you are in good shape, all your family will enjoy your presence. But if you are a mess, you will become a liability for your family and the society. That's no good. You must take some time for yourself. Then you do asana so you have good health. Good food and peaceful and all that. Then pranayama, energy, pranic energy is very essential. Okay. Now as I get older, I lose more and more energy because energy is the most important thing. When you are young, you have lots of energy. But when you get older, energy keeps going down, down, down. That is prana shakti. The mother power is very essential. You have to do that. Then pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So we'll talk about other types of yoga. But today we emphasize yama and niyama. The beautiful thing is yama. The Sanskrit word yama used twice. Yama means god of death. It's called yama. And look at to change this word, put ma in the front, maya. Maya leads you to death too. Maya means elusive force. You forget who you are, and you are in this maya. You forget God. You forget everything, and you egoistic. I did everything. I am the best. Well, all that thing can be taken away from you within 1 second. People can drop dead in 1 second. And so, don't have that too much. Understand who you are. You are just a traveler in this world. We are here for 100 years maximum, maybe 110. I don't think I make that. But anyway, that is fine. But understand, so don't take life too seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously, okay? And understand that God does everything. And remember that being. Remember her. Remember him. And the Guru is willing to help you. And the angel wants to help you. So take that help and go forward. I'm so glad you heard these Ten Commandments of Hinduism. It's called Yama and Niyama of yoga. And Maharishi Patanjali put down in his book. So if you get this book, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, read the book Yoga Sutra. It is a Bhagavad Gita of yoga. It is a Bible of yoga. So it is a wonderful book. Thank you so much for watching this show.